Hello everyone, the Honest Collector here to give you the truth on the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Supergirl's Krem of the Yellow Hills. This is of course based off the new Supergirl movie coming out, which I'm very excited for, and this looks very interesting. They give him a lot of stuff here, and I'm super interested to go over it. It looks great already, and I'm pretty excited. And yeah, I did go over the Supergirl one, the actual Supergirl figure with Puppy Crypto not that long ago. So now we have this one as well. I picked this up at the same time, local Target. You have an image of him on the back, very weirdly licking his blade. And then Krem up top, McFarlane Toys. And then on the side, we get that again in this nice metallic blue that I really like. So I think that's really nice. The packaging is great. And let's get this guy open and let's talk about him. Okay, so the accessories for Krem are actually pretty interesting. We get this gun here, which looks odd. I don't even know how it shoots. And then, but I mean, it's cool, I guess. It's fun to pose him with. We get, this is the accessory head, not the one that comes out in the package. It's him with this really cool mask on. It looks like a skull or something like that with the teeth and all that stuff, the jaw. It looks really cool. A lot of paint detail, a lot of intricacy going on with this. This looks awesome. And then we have this really amazing looking head sculpt here. It captures all the detail that's in that figure. It looks just like the actor, and this looks amazing. All of this is painted. This looks awesome, and you can, of course, take out the long ponytail and then put it on this one as well. Then you have this nicely painted and weathered axe, which also has this writing on it, which looks pretty interesting. Or actually, I think that's just a design. But that looks really, really cool here. You get some of the I don't even know what material this would be made out of, but there's enough design and paint here where it looks really good. Maybe a little on the dull side, I guess, but it's still really good in my opinion. Then we get two punching hands here, and it just seems like they tried way harder on this figure. So you have the two punching hands here with these little claw thingies that are coming out, these little spikes, which just looks really cool. It's like a weathered gold. And yeah, and then we also do get his collecting card, which I have not taken out of the package yet. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm just gonna keep it there because it's literally just this image. So there it is. I'll take it out later. And yeah, and you'll see why I think that they tried way harder with this figure, because as I'm putting this head sculpt on and showing you this guy, he also does have two gripping hands for the axe, and he just looks amazing. This guy's covered in paint, and not in a bad way. First, taking a look at the head sculpt, you could see it's got all of that on there, and like I said before with the other one, it just looks really well with the rest of this figure. We have it all the way down to the chest, which the proportions look decent. Arms are a little skinny and lanky for this figure, but the chest looks good. You have the braid obviously being swappable. You know what? Let's pop the other head on just for fun, because this looks sick to me. This looks awesome. And then you get all the paint over here on the chest, you get the weathered look on the symbol, and then you get that horn there, which is this is a very Viking figure, and it looks really cool. You get the paint here, all that silver, everything on the back is done super nicely with all the texture and stuff like that, and it's even painted on the spine up to the neck. It is just really well done. And then taking a look at the legs too, they also incorporated the articulation really nicely in here, which I think is amazing. This honestly, this is being said before reviewing Lobo, this might be the highlight figure, because this guy's insane. Looking under here, you get the double jointed knees, which I'll show off later in the articulation segment, but all of this is still sculpted all the way up. And you get all this paint here. This is absolutely amazing. So really good on McFarlane for paying so much attention to detail. This looks so cool, and does it articulate well? Well, the head does. It looks that far up. Obviously, you're going to have to probably put that down a bit. The hair, it is on a peg. So then side to side, not much, but I have a feeling that's different on this one. You get a decent amount. I don't mind it. And then obviously looking down, And then now for the arms, you get a really smooth rotator cuff here. Not much going across the body, which is important for holding an axe. So that is a little unfortunate. So, but it does shift forward and back, and it does have that roundabout movement. His arms are going to be moving up a little under 90, but that's expected because of the shoulder piece. And then the bicep is going to move with that armor piece, so you're going to kind of get some limitation there, but not too much. I don't think it'll really affect anything. Of course, if he's having his arm out, he could twist the bicep all the way to the side and then to the other side as well. You have the double jointed elbows, which work perfectly. And then you have the wrists that are on the ball hinges, which are good. You get the swivel there as well. And then obviously all the way around movement, which is nice. Now onto the torso. He moves back just a little. Side. We're doing better. And I'm using both joints here just to show you that movement that he's getting. And then so to the side it's fine. And then to the front we actually get some here. And this isn't really forcing anything. We get some. We get an okay amount, more than what we're used to. And more than what was on the Supergirl figure. So I'm not understanding that. But just by a little. And then obviously twist up at the top, and then twist up at the bottom. Oh, it's not really twisting, is it? There we go. Twist at the bottom as well. And then the legs are going to kick up this far forward, which is great. And that far back. There's a split here, which is nice for the articulation. You do get a twist in the knee, which is really nice to see. And that's hidden really well. You do get double jointed knees here, which work really nicely for a design like this. And then you get the ankle on a ball hinge. So it's going to go up and down. And then it's going to go side to side with the ankle pivot and everything like that. And then you do get toe articulation, but just a little and very oddly placed. I don't know exactly why it's shaped like that. It makes the toe look really weird, but overall, not bad. And this guy's doing perfect splits. So it's pretty good for the design, and especially these live action figures. There's always so much more sculpting and stuff like that and attention to detail that having this articulation set up and having it actually work pretty nicely is, well, really nice. And here he stands next to the David Gordon Sweat Standard Edition McFarlane Superman from the Superman movie and the Supergirl from the same wave, but the theatrical edition. I also did forget to mention, of course, this guy's going to come with the DC display stand. He doesn't need it in this particular pose, and he looks great. So what are my final thoughts? Surprisingly, the villain ended up being better than the main figure. I don't know how to feel about that, but I know how I feel about this figure, and it's that it's a lot of fun. You can get him into some poses that you would expect him to get in. Nothing too crazy, but exactly where it needs to be, and it's a lot more satisfying than the Supergirl, because the Supergirl you're expecting a lot more, and I guess this one I just wasn't expecting as much, but that's not what made it good. It's the fact that, I love how I'm explaining all this while I'm trying to stand him up. It's just the fact that this figure has a lot of detail to it and nice placed articulation that works decently well. And I'm just satisfied with that. Is it $35 good? We do kind of have to start just knowing that these figures are overpriced. But will you get it, the overpriced figure, and enjoy it? Yes, you will. So with this figure, I'm giving him a 7.8 out of 10. I think it's pretty fun. It doesn't exactly reach that 8 mark, but I don't want to be too mean to it, so I'm putting it really close to there. And I think you'll have a pretty good time with this guy. Putting him up against Supergirl, it'll be fun. And then just having this guy maybe as a villain. I don't really know. I haven't heard about this guy in the comics. I don't know if he's in the comics, but it looks pretty good, and he looks pretty awesome. And yeah, I did enjoy this figure. So that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new, please subscribe and turn on notifications, and be sure to like this video so that I can give you the truth on the next figure. Don't forget to spread peace, love, and be greater together. Thank you guys for all the support. It's so great to be back. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.